Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your weather hazard briefing for Tuesday, April 29th for Southeast Idaho. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the Weather Service office in Pocatello. A few things to talk about here as we look forward. A little bit of text to go over here, but three key points. First, a weak storm system that we're going to be dealing with here for about a day and a half. Then much warmer conditions, drier conditions under a ridge of high pressure, followed by this big, sprawling low-pressure storm system that's going to move into the region here starting this weekend. Pretty impressive here in our model guidance looking at this feature, and it may bring us a pretty long duration period of cooler conditions, wetter conditions, breezy conditions here for Southeast Idaho. So walking through these first, shortwave trough of low pressure forecast to bring breezy conditions, a little bit of light rain shower activity to Southeast Idaho starting this afternoon and this evening, and that will linger into the day on Wednesday. High temperatures still generally in the 50s and 60s here as we go through the course of today and Wednesday, so a little on the cooler side, although not very much different from what we saw yesterday. We'll really see that ridge of high pressure, that warm up coming in for Thursday and Friday. And this will bring high temperatures running about 10 to 15 degrees above normal for early May. 70 to 80 degree readings are expected by Friday afternoon across the entire region. Those warmer temperatures may actually last into Saturday, but Saturday is going to be a transition day as this bigger storm system begins to come in. Large, sprawling, slow-moving system affecting the region starting Saturday. Really focused, though, on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Again, this is looking like a fairly slow-moving, long-duration system. Much wetter conditions, cooler conditions, breezy conditions each day, and some thunderstorm activity possible both Saturday and Sunday afternoons as this comes in as well. But with those temperatures, though, again, Saturday may be holding warmer before we really see those cooler conditions take hold with this particular storm system. Laying this all out in the weather risk outlook here for the next 5 days, you can kind of see us blocked up here. First 2 days, this block here being our first weaker storm system with showers and breezy conditions coming in late this afternoon and this evening, lingering for some areas into Wednesday, followed by those drier, warmer conditions Thursday and Friday. And through the next 4 days here, generally risk levels are little to none, with the exception of maybe an isolated thunderstorm or two with lightning down here in the Southeast Highlands or Bear Lake area on Wednesday afternoon. Finally, at the end here on Saturday, we can start to see that big weekend storm system coming in with a chance of afternoon thunderstorms everywhere and some breezy conditions kind of building back into the region here. Current satellite this morning, pretty quiet, pretty clear skies for the most part here across Southeast Idaho. As usual, these blue colors that you see up in Island Park and over into Yellowstone are some lower clouds that are lurking out there, but shouldn't be a big impact for anyone. And then you can see these higher white clouds moving in from the west across Oregon, portions of Washington, and the Idaho Panhandle in association with that next system. And you can see it's already bringing some rain and snow here to portions of the Pacific Northwest. Generally, as this moves to the south and east, it may not look quite this heavy or widespread on radar as it finally tracks into our area here in Southeast Idaho this evening and tonight, but definitely expecting a several-hour period of some shower activity for just about everyone as this moves through. I will mention, too, we're expecting the winds to increase by late this morning to lunchtime across the region, but we are not generally expecting any rain showers until late this afternoon or early this evening, and I'll show you that here in just a moment as well. No watches, warnings, or advisories in effect this morning. Again, weather should be fairly low impact over the next several days. Nothing on the severe weather outlook here from our Storm Prediction Center for today. Also not expecting any excessive rainfall issues or flooding. High temperatures today, holding cool, but maybe slightly better than yesterday. You can see 54 up in Island Park, 53 up in Stanley, but then 60s building up in here into the Snake Plain corridor, the Eastern Magic Valley, some of the valleys here down across our southern highlands where some of our little population centers are nestled here for this afternoon. Here's a look at those winds and wind gusts this afternoon. Again, these start late morning to lunchtime and continue through late this evening or early tonight. Over here on the left are sustained wind values. These winds are generally out of the west or the southwest. And highest readings here up the Snake Plain corridor, sustained at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. Then over here on the right, these are the peak wind gusts that we're expecting, again, from that period late morning into tonight. And you can see about 25 to 35 mile per hour gusts here up the Snake Plain, and then some other gusts to about 20, 25 across our highland and mountain areas. So nothing reaching wind advisory criteria. Generally shouldn't be a big impact for most of you, but just something you'll notice as you're out and about today and something to be aware of. Chance of rain as we go into this afternoon. You can see it's generally 15% or less for most of the southern part of our forecast area, even most of the Snake Plain corridor. Best chance as you get into the afternoon hours will be across the northern central mountains and up along the Montana border. So again, for most of you, and I'm thinking really from like Galena Summit, Mackay, and Du Bois and Island Park southward. Generally dry conditions through most of the afternoon before we start to head into this evening and tonight, and all of this activity transitions to the south and east. So you can see as we go into tonight, 50 to 80% chance of showers here from the Snake Plain corridor down across the southern and eastern highlands. So backing up here again, most of you seeing a breezy but fairly nice afternoon with the best chance of showers moving in from about dinner time into this evening for most of southeast Idaho. As we step into Wednesday, there will be some lingering showers out there for a decent chunk of the region. Maybe not so much the central mountains. Should be fairly dry on Wednesday, but from the Snake Plain corridor south and east, maybe a few lingering hit and miss showers. And you can see here on the severe weather outlook, shaded for general chance of a thunderstorm or two as you head down into the Bear Lake area. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a flash of lightning as far north as maybe the Soda Springs area or as far west as Preston on Wednesday afternoon. No excessive rainfall or flooding concerns on Wednesday, and your high temperatures still holding on the cool side. Some 50-degree readings here in the mountains, and then generally 60s for your warmest readings here during the afternoon at lower elevations. Some upper 60s here creeping into the eastern Magic Valley region on Wednesday. Thursday, high pressure, dry, low impact weather, and that warming trend sets in under that high pressure ridge. Still 60s for many of you, but we see some 70s starting to build east across Shoshone, Twin Falls, Burley, possibly as far east as Pocatello. And then as we advance to Friday will likely be the warmest day of the period here across southeast Idaho. Few mountain locales still barely reaching 70, but you can see solid 70s here at lower elevations up the Snake Plain, Arco Desert, Raft River region into the southern valleys, and temperatures approaching 80 degrees for places like Twin Falls, Shoshone, and Burley during the afternoon. And we don't really get into this big weekend system just yet. Probably kick that off tomorrow here in our briefings. Originally, it was looking cooler on Saturday, but like I mentioned, these warm temperatures probably not really going to be messed with yet on Saturday, even though we do start to increase the cloud cover a little bit, and then by Saturday afternoon, we kick off a chance of thunderstorms as that system moves into southeast Idaho. That's what we're looking at here for the next 5 days or so. As always, feel free to reach out to us here using the information on this slide. And everyone, have a wonderful Tuesday.